welcome back to my channel, Pia this side. Well, today we are going to learn a very important topic in Objective-C that is called class. Well, class defines the attributes and behavior of an object. Do you know how to create a class in Objective-C? Let's learn it. Well, for that you have to create an Xcode project. Once you have created a project, come here, then right click on it, go to new file, go to Cocoa Touch class, click on next, give any name, maybe ticket. Okay, subclass will be NSObject, language will be Objective-C. Click on next, location it will be create. That's all. Isn't it very easy? Yes, it is. You can shift these classes anywhere. Okay, so you have noticed there are two classes, that is .h file and another is .m file, correct? Now if you go to .h file, you can see at interface ticket colon NSObject. What it means, this is a interface file, right? .h is the interface file. So we are locating to at interface. Ticket is nothing but the class name. Colon, it represents that we're extending from an object. Which object? NSObject. NSObject is nothing but the root class within the object. Correct? Now we'll go to .m file. So here you can see hash import is there. So what we are doing, we are importing the .h file here. Correct? Why? Because whatever we will define in this interface class, that needed to be called here. And to call, we need to import this file here also. At implementation, we know .m is nothing but an implementation file, and this is nothing but a class name. That's all. Now, another thing in the class is that in Objective-C, there are two methods. One is class method and another is instance method, right? So what is class method? Class method, it operates on the class itself and do not have any classes in the particular instance. So they are not able to manipulate the state of a particular instance, but instance provide a class level behavior. Class method always begin with plus sign. For example, NSObject, the base class of the object defines the alloc method that is used to allocate a memory whenever a new object is created. So that is an example, the allocation, right? The next is an instance method. So what is instance method? This operate on the state of a particular instance and provide a core behavior. And instance methods always begin with a negative sign. This method will not return anything, so we will simply return void and wrapped with param. So we'll show you how instance method works. Okay. So suppose I'm going to a class and I'll just name suppose here I'm going. Now we have learned that to create an instance method, what we have to do, we have to begin with a negative sign and with a param, right? And it does not return anything, so what we use void, right? Next, void and then a class name, any class name you can give. That's all. Okay, now suppose this you have created an interface file, and how will you call this method? So what will you do? Now go to .m file, go here and paste and just open params. That's all. Okay, and if you're still confused, then if you see, if I delete and I'll just write down what is the name we have given. See, class value name, it came because we have already defined the class value name here, right? Well, this is the one way of creating an instance method, and there are several more ways also for creating a methods. Okay, so suppose, so here I have already explained, so void means it won't return any value, right? Now suppose you wanted to return a value, so what will you do in instance method? Same, it is begins with a minus sign, and then ns string asterisk, and you have to give any name. Maybe I'll give game. Okay, that's all. So what I have done here, I have used pointer. Well, all of your objects types are going to be pointer types, and we have a asterisk next to them. And whereas the simple primitive types will be non-pointer types. Okay. So whenever you wanted to return any value, what have you have to do it in instance method, the negative sign, and what type of you wanted to use, like I've used ns string with my pointer and your class name. Same, you have to take this, go to implementation method, just paste, remove the colon, and just add the params here. And now what I have said, that ns string, it will return something, right? Because I'm not using void here, so void means non-returnable, so that's why it is giving me a warning, control reaches an ns non-void function. This is, so what I'll do, I'll return something. Right now I have nothing to return, so I'll return nil. That's all. See, it went. Okay, now suppose you wanted to add params. How will you do that? Okay, same, minus sign will begin with void, then just set name colon, you have to provide a type, maybe in a string, and name. That's all. So what we have done here, we are sending a params. Okay, we are creating a params here. What kind of, so void again, it simply, it won't return anything. We are setting one name, that is a set name. This is a type, what kind of params you wanted to, I mean the param you wanted to send, that will be a what type, it is a ns string type. Okay, colon, what it means, colon means here passing parameter. So whatever the passing parameter you will use it here, so it is begin. And the asterisk again, it is defining your pointer type, what kind of type it is, name, again the name of the params. And again you wanted to go here and go to, so you just copy it, go to .m file, open the brackets, that's all. And again it's in void, so we don't have to worry about it for returning something, correct? Okay, so now we will move to one more point, that is, if you wanted to take multiple arguments, how will you do that? Okay, I suppose you have created a class here and you wanted to call this class in somewhere else, so how will you do that? So now, till now we have worked here, so now I'm going to view controller.h file, and I wanted to call my ticket.h file. How will I do that? So first of all, the first point is you can call your class by at class and the class name. That's all. Okay. Otherwise, one more is by importing your class. So import and then class name, the file name. Okay, the ticket.h. That's all. Now you wanted to call a multiple arguments, so I have already imported a class. Now I can call anything from that class, correct? So what I'll do here, let me create one instance method with multiple arguments. So void, or you can take any name, sorry, ticket name, Now you wanted to call the class. So see, I'll call it and then pointer because I'm pointing to that class, right? Okay. So maybe quality ticket and one more argument I wanted to take it. So for that, what type I will use? I wanted to use NS integer. Hmm. And this is quantity. Okay. So here what I'm taking in multiple arguments with reference. This is my class reference and this is the params. Okay. So I have taken this. Now if you wanted to use this one in implementation file, so same, you have to go here, remove this and add the params, your brackets. Okay. That's all. So this is how you can call the instance methods and this is how you can create multiple instance methods with multiple arguments, void function, non-void function, etc. That's all for today's video, guys. So I believe you will like this video, and if you really do like it, then do like the videos. If you have any doubt, then comment me on. I'll surely reply to your comments, and if you have any suggestions, also you can comment me on. And do subscribe the channel to get latest videos on Objective C. Keep learning, guys, and be safe. Goodbye.